Welcome to the stream, everyone. Apparently, you will not be able to use the online functionality because you think. What? What on earth are you talking about? There is quite clearly connected. Bonuses. Anyway, yes, welcome back to Resident Evil 3. It's been a little while. I've been doing a couple of other things outside of things, and not really had a chance to stream. But from where we last left off, I had finished a collectible run, and I was going off to do a bit of farming. And as you can see, I have got the trusty firearm, the shotgun, grenade launcher, mag, assault rifles, and then just the untold amounts of enemies killed. I still need to like knock 4 hats off of zombies, so there's that to do. I've got no idea what this forget about him is. It might just be run away from Nemesis without downing him. I'd need to look that one up at the very least. But at the very least, for the moment, what we are looking to try and do today, at the very least, is complete the game on hardcore, which should give me veteran. Hopefully we'll be able to do it with S rank, because I am going to be running through with the infinite rocket launcher, because easy mode, I'm not in the mood for dealing with much. I'll probably take the infinite pistol because I picked that up, just so I can knock those hats off. But it should give us the S rank for standard, hardcore, and hopefully sprinter. So we'll just check the shop. I did buy everything, so I'm going to be picking up all of these coins because they're going to be insanely helpful. Being able to recover health, having higher defenses, and having higher damage. I'm not sure we really need these for the rocket launcher, but we'll take them anyway. This just makes dodging so much easier. It's going to be fantastic. And having the lockpick and bolt cutters from the get-go is going to be helpful. I picked up the Samurai Edge because it's the Samurai Edge, so I might use that for a bit. Hot Dogger seems interesting, but it's not all that great from what I've seen at the very least. But yeah, I've got the infinite rocket launcher and the MUP handgun. So I guess let's get right into it. So as I don't know whether the time ticks up during cutscenes, I will be skipping the cutscenes at the very least. You can, if you want to see them, I have got Let's Play parts up. Or a blind playthrough where I do watch all of the cutscenes for everything that I see. And then in my collectibles I do read over the collectibles that I missed. So I'm just going to quickly go through all of these. Don't need the collectibles. The hip pouches and that we won't get until we can get to the first lockbox.
What the hell is that thing?
So we'll just get through this quickly.
Gotta get out of here. What the hell?
He's not happy with us. quickly to the stream manager. Run, Jill, run. Alright, Captain Happy. Yes, Brad.
You okay?
How did this all happen so fast?
I don't know. One fucked up thing always leads to another. It's like Arclay on steroids. Hey! Hey, wait! Down here!
Oh, the references. Sigourney Weaver. Really, come on. Are you not going to...
Let's go!
allow me to interact?
I should have known. Something's here.
Yes.
How could this many people be infected?
Nemesis was in there.
I'm sorry, Brad.
Nope, 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 nope. Did not want to run towards you, sir. My apologies, sir. Ignore me. The bowl accounts on high difficulties, the most scariest part is pretty much this beginning section. Up until going through the parking garage.
Sir, are you alright?
Stay back! Don't come any closer!
Hey, come on. There's a helicopter waiting to take you to safety.
What safety? I'm not going out there!
The parking garage isn't far. I can
The only safe place is in here!
It's not safe. I mean, if you want to starve to death, sure, go for it. Probably should not have reloaded that, but whatever.
Shit!
Should probably get used to practicing that, because that there is one of the two dodges that you need to do.
Come on. Start, damn it! It's my turn, bitch!
I think we're in the clear. Oh, come on. Who's the dipshit that closed this? Sorry, we're gonna have to go around.
Hey, what do you know about that monster?
Nothing. I've never seen anything like it. But it's no zombie.
what it wants and won't stop till it gets it. Don't you like that in a man?
No thanks. He's all yours.
Listen, I promise you're in good hands. I'm with the Umbrella Biohazard Countermeasure Service. UBCS for short.
Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? You guys are the ones who caused all of this.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you talking about? You don't have to trust me, but I'm going to the shelter. You coming? Come on, it's this way. First things first. We need to get you geared up. Head up to street level. You'll find supplies there.
All right.
So, I mean, recently I found that one of my all-time, I didn't say all-time, well, one of an anime that I used to watch years ago, they released a mobile game for it, Card Fight Vanguard. Playing it, great. It follows the storyline. It is faithfully remembered. They changed up it a little. Let's take that. I'll take that. Take that. And what else was I gonna take? Alright, I want this. That's gonna be interesting. No, not discard. By actually thinking about it, let's just drop this off. Lockpick. Actually, I don't think there's any locks that you need to forcibly pick. There's only 2. And I got things for that. Okay, so move. But yeah, so they released the game. It did going pretty much faithfully to the story.
Gotta get that train moving.
They changed up some of the cards because the actual card game doesn't really equate well to mobile with how the game plays. So they changed things up a little bit. Some mechanics work a little differently, which isn't as well. It works very well. So, in that vein, what I ended up doing was I was like, you know what? I want to rewatch the anime. So that's what I did. I loaded up Crunchyroll to start watching the anime. But as it turns out, at some point in 2018, because the anime originally started back in 2010. You didn't spawn. Okay, interesting. The original anime didn't start running until 2010, and it's been basically running since then. But 2018, they ended up re-releasing the show. They essentially rebooted it. Now I thought it was a little weird. They were another show that I was watching at the time. Whenever I saw this, was that I was watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And what they had done was, for some reason, on Crunchyroll, Cardfight Vanguard was on their simulcast list, as if the new shows were airing weekly. And I'm like, that's interesting. I didn't think that they would do that way for like a rerun of the original show, because it was named Cardfight Vanguard, just the same as the original was. So I really didn't think nothing of it, because I was watching
Is someone in here?
I was watching JoJo's at the time. I was like, okay, fair enough. Carry on. JoJo's another great anime. Definitely suggest watching. You watch it. Best JoJo is definitely Joseph Joestar. Mainly because he is voiced, at least in the Japanese, by the same voice actor that voices Gintoki in Gintama, which is another great show. Oop. Shocking. Anyway, enough of the segue. So, yeah, so I started watching it again, and I'm like, oh, okay. Wait. This isn't how the show originally started. Wait, this isn't how things are supposed to go. This isn't the right intro. I look things up, and oh no, it's the rerun, or it's the re-release of the show. It's not the original.
Smells like... Oh, I don't even want to think about it.
So what they'd done was they had... So this new set of seasons was being called Vanguard Prime. And
Gross.
it's a near faithful recreation of the original.
Here we go.
They just flesh out some more of the backstory. They cut out a number of like supporting characters. It goes along at a little faster pace. But they kind of mix up seasons 1 and 2 together. They kind of like blend the two into one. For instance, the antagonist of the second season like shows up within like the first like 10 episodes of this new season. They're referring to a tournament that takes place. That is the primarily thing that they created an entire new season for, the Asia circuit. Oop. So yeah, so I'm like, wait, what? And they like some of the decks were like different. I get that they can't exactly make they can't remake the original completely. That wouldn't make much sense. And I understand the point of this remake. But I mean, I'm just sitting there thinking, no, this isn't what I want to watch. I want to watch the original because I never finished or continued on with the show. And I want to just finish that up completely. Go through it all, and then I can go on to this new series. Because I mean, although it's a reboot, it's still technically cast as like it's 9... Oh! You didn't die like you were meant to, sir. That's why we carried that. So yeah, it's like I'm sitting there thinking, no, this isn't what I want to watch. I want to watch the original, and it's like nostalgia's kicking in. I'm like, oh, the original intro stuck in my head, and I just can't get it out because it was a great song, in my opinion, anyway. So yeah, so I'm going through this, and I'm just thinking this is just not the same. It's not what I was after. But because I'm also thinking is like I looked at like the beginning of the second season, and it looked pretty much like it was starting off from where the third series, the Link Joker series, as it's called, started. So I'm like, okay. So I'll give this a watch. I mean, they cut out characters. They changed one so he's not as annoying as a little kid as he was. The joke character, they kind of have actually given him a redeeming arc. They kept him more as an antagonist for longer. And yeah, so they... Hello. And I've actually given him something a little more fleshed out. Which is good. Having that in characters is always good. Let me in the door, please.
Carlos, I'm in the control room. Now what? Alright, where are we headed?
The train is stopped at Redstone Street. We need to reach Fox Park Station.
Force 2.
Can you program that in?
Hey, I'm Super Cop.
Raccoon Central. 3. Saint 2.
Valid route confirmed.
Carlos, it's me. I finished inputting.
Chill, you are amazing. Tough as nails, too.
Yeah, the formation of their team, they changed and everything, so they're keeping it new and fresh. So explanation for those that haven't played Cardfight Vanguard, it's a very streamlined card game, very quick. only 6 points of damage basically. Like the units all have their own attack powers that you can all boost and do different things with. But for the most part, it's very streamlined compared to some other card games like Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! But I guess ultimately they're trying to stop it from falling into a similar situation that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has fallen into, where some of the older cards don't necessarily hold up to the current generation. For instance, things like Synchro Monsters became overpowered, then the Exceeds became more overpowered. You then have Pendulum, I believe, was a new type that they introduced. But progressively, as you introduce more and more of these mechanics, new mechanics to make it fresh, to get people to keep buying cards, you make older series of cards more obsolete. I am partial to my spell counter deck. Really? I play a mage deck that uses spell counters. But as the series has gone on, it's like that becomes less and less of an option, because they'll add cards in that may coincide and work with the other ones, but they're not going to be as powerful as the cards that are designed to use those systems. I'm just going to pick this up at the very least.
A map of the area. Perfect.
Just realised I should probably put the lockpicks away. I don't need that right now. Yeah, so the older cards become more outdated, and the new ones are the ones that you need to collect, and you start building decks around. But what they seem to have done with this reboot, and it's interesting, is they've basically refreshed some of the original cards that they originally released with the series. So like your older cards are still relevant. So what happens is you start off on a grade 0, you then ride onto a grade 1 grade higher, you then have grade 2, and you have grade 3. What they originally done is they'd introduced things called Legion Mates to increase power. They then introduced... Eventually they introduced like grade 4s. And eventually, like, you started to see that power creep. You need to collect the new things. But what they've done with this is they've, instead of introducing new things for like the power creeps, they went back and they just kind of retweaked the original cards. So some cards had new effects that weren't necessarily present originally. And added in new card effects, one of which is called a front trigger, which gives like 10,000 attack points to everything in your front line. They also had an imaginary gift, which gives you like a bonus whenever you reach grade 3. But it seems really interesting. I'm just disappointed that Crunchyroll took down the original series because both series were named Card Fight. They should have left up the original series because for those that wanted to watch that again. Apparently the original series is on Hulu, but being in the UK, unfortunately, the UK does not get Hulu, so that's not something I can watch. Either way, semi-run over. I'm watching Card Fight again, and it's not the original series that I have nostalgia for, but it's still good. Back to the game for the moment, I think. And boring silence. Aha! Hip pouch. The weird thing is that going this fast is that you don't really get a chance to shoot the hats off of zombies. You're not really paying any attention to it. You're just firing rockets at them to kill them quicker. That one I may do just off stream, just to find a place where I can get the zombie. I use a reload glitch just to get one back and kill again. Now time to get a helping hand.
It can use weapons?
Just quickly run on through.
I gotta get out. Quick.
So I mean, for those interested in... I make a number of save points where I was doing the farming. I make a few save points in parts 5.1 and 5.2. So you can look at those, see where they make those save points, and you can use those points to, like, essentially quickly farm up your kills you need for your weapons. Luckily for my shotgun, I managed to just get that through natural gameplay because of how I ended up playing through on the assisted playthrough. Shotgun is a very nice weapon for cleaning out zombies quickly. Whoop, I missed. That's bad. I missed again. Let's not miss, please.
Still kicking?
Yep. Oh, that hurt. Should have just tried shooting it one more time after it dodged.
Carlos? It's Jill. Do you read me?
Is it gonna... I'll wait until I finish the first line then. What do we have in here that's useful? I might carry a full heal just in case.
Shit, chill.
Do that. But I'm going to switch out the Samurai Edge. For the infinite handgun.
Take that service alley out in front of the shop, okay? The key's hanging on the wall.
Oh no, there's no need to go upstairs.
Rocket launcher? Really?
Yeah, I have a rocket launcher too, biatch. You don't have a hat. You listen out in the background for ye old heavy footsteps. To be honest, I probably should just forget about the hat zombies at this point. They'll like me get me a death. Focusing on that.
This is insane.
Oh! Interesting. I was not expecting that. I didn't think I was anywhere near getting crushed. Didn't put me too far back. That does remind me I should probably make a save at some point.
This is insane.
I think just on hardcore, that came down far quicker than I was expecting. Come on, go through, Carlos. So I think they speed that up
Carlos,
for hardcore and above playthroughs.
thanks for the save.
Hey, you saved my ass first. You're a hell of a lot
everyone out of the city now.
Yeah. You'll be safe.
What about you?
From the sound of it, I won't be catching the train.
Why not?
No, there'll be new orders. If it means I can help save the city, it's fine by me. Now, it's been a while. Subway's got to be clear of the city by now.
Along with your hot date.
Nah, she's not like that. Hell, she's not like anybody.
All right, keep your head screwed on, Romeo. This is the police station.
You sure? It looks like a cemetery to me. Come get some!
Just because there's a little interesting Easter egg that I did not realise. Obviously, Zombie Brad. We know about him turning around and saying, "Sorry, poster boy."
You look better in the poster, Brad.
He does say, "You look better in the poster." So, run him through.
These stars. That could be useful. Where'd that cop go?
Don't know, don't care. We got a job. Our intel's still...
And they're nice enough to give Carlos nice enough to give Carlos the couple of hip pouches as well.
I thought this was a rescue.
Carlos, take a look at this. I've located the STARS office. Remember, Bard had access to Umbrella's darkest secrets. He knows we'll try to keep him under our thumbs.
So this search and rescue mission is really more like find and detain. Right. Good to know.
I'll open the shutter so you can get through.
You stay here and find out what's been going on here at the station.
Call you if I find anything. Hey! Be careful.
Yeah. You too, man. All right. You want me to keep out? I'll keep out.
That's another little interesting thing. He actually obeys signs.
What the hell was that thing? Couldn't have been a zombie. Here we go.
Not this time, biatch.
T, you copy? B.
Come here, come here, come here. So we have found a willing participant in That's Now My Hat. Just put that down there.
Kinda fucked up shooting cops.
So I now have a spot where I can come back and just quickly grab those final 4 hats.
Mine now.
Carlos, I've hit a
One interesting thing I would like to know is how on earth did T get through the Steam? There's no other way to the STARS office other than this way if he's not using the keys.
One at a time, take a number. Man, it sucks to be popular. This has to get.
This'll take some time. Look around, see if you can find anything useful.
If he doesn't use the keys, there is no physical way through the building to get there. So it makes no sense how he can get there after we blow up the wall and put the steam in, unless he's not affected by steam. Which would be an interesting little thing.
Carlos? Come in. Carlos? Carlos? Fucker's still alive. I can't stay here.
I mean, I probably shouldn't look too much into it. I mean, they fixed a lot of what was wrong with the ink thing. It's just he's like how Marvin got bit. Did I go through his legs? I don't know.
Come on, you're gonna crap out on me now? God damn it.
Or how Marvin got bit, sorry. The blowing up of the wall and the steam gas. Couple of other little things. Well, I didn't really answer is there's a giant hole on the 3rd floor as you go up there, because again it's blocked off, so
Tyrell.
you need to find a way through. It's something happens. It looked like a Nemesis shaped hole, but obviously you don't go there as Jill, so Nemesis would never have a reason to go there. Unless for some reason he was chasing Carlos for some reason. Which doesn't make any sense. I mean, Brad's already dead, so the Nemesis has no reason to chase him. Speculation may end up being that... Ah, hey Davis. Yep. No. Speculation may being that there may be more DLC. Safety herb. But I mean, in all honesty, I don't think they're going to be doing any DLC for this. There isn't really much more story that they could possibly tell. You may be able to get some story of some of the things that Nikolai is doing in the background. Though I doubt that. I think most of the DLC, if they do any, will be towards Resistance, the multiplayer game. That would make more sense. It would make more sense to give that DLC than anything else.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, almost. Pay attention. One. Oop, didn't get the other. There we go.
know was what the documents were doing in your office in the first place.
Who do you think you're talking to? I'm goddamn Nathaniel Bard. I'm the best biologist you'll ever meet.
Bard. Tyrell.
I just want to get rid of this. Discard, yes. Discard, yes.
Is he here? Alright, Joe. Hang tight. T? I got it.
Okay, there we go. Need to actually give it enough time to buffer the skip. Something I'm impatient about, so I constantly forget to do.
You're gonna be okay, Joe. Better grab some gear. Sounds like there's a lot of them out there. Okay, now the fun shit begins.
Now the one thing that you can't just really skip through. Oh, when did you sneak in? Alright, the fuse will be going out shortly. Have you though? I think it's more that once I run out of zombies to kill, it's suddenly just there.
Maybe you can knock the pillar down with that explosive. I'm on it. Guess I'm not talking to anyone else. The storage facility is underground, beneath this hospital. I've lost contact with Carlos, so expect trouble.
Oh, this must be the way I'm brought. How is it no one in the hospital ever noticed all this?
I think I ended up missing 2 hip pouches. I don't know, I definitely missed the clock tower puzzle one. Not that it really matters, it's not like I need the
I must admit,
space.
I respect your tenacity, but I'm afraid our games end here.
You think this is over?
was worried that wasn't actually dead then. Tamolock.
Right, here goes. Shit, he got away. What was he doing in here?
This way. We'll find the vaccine up ahead.
Sure you don't need to stop?
Stop and do what? I got your back.
All right, let's get this done.
Override complete.
I might be able to use this to synthesize the vaccine.
Take that just so we can get an extra heal.
This must be what powers it.
I have to wonder, did she just say fuck when they jumped out the machine? It was so loud, it was difficult to tell. I wasn't really watching the subtitles.
To begin vaccine synthesis, place the materials in the chamber.
That's wrong, it's medium, high, low. Oh yeah, that's saved for a reason. Let's do that. What we got? High grade gunpowders. Not anything of use.
Jill, is that you?
Carlos? Where did you go? I have to get that vaccine back.
Just in case something goes wrong. I'm not envisioning it, but you never know what can happen.
Opening compartment.
Now we're talking.
Firing main cannon.
Felt that, did you?
Whoop.
Go ahead! I'm gonna put you right back on your ass.
Gonna risk it. Gonna risk it.
You think I don't know how to fuck you up?
One power source remaining.
He gets up very quickly. But we're good. Oh, no, 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 we're not. Look. Look at the thing. Thank you, Jill. Firing main cannon.
Come on! Next time, take the fucking hit!
Oh yeah, the one death was to the bobblehead. Ugh. There's only 2 achievements that popped. No, no, okay. So just check, yep, Sprinter. Hardcore on S rank. S rank on standard. And S rank on complete hardcore. Nightmare mode unlocked. And this will unlock Inferno. Oh, I managed to knock hats off with the rocket launcher. Interesting, okay. So I want to forget about him. Oh, okay. So that is to do with Dario at the start. You just talk to him until his dialogue lines are done. That's fair enough. So the only thing left to buy is the Infinite Assault Rifle. So, while playing through that, I've come to a decision. What I'm likely to do instead is for Nightmare and Inferno, I'll probably just play these off stream. It's not going to be anything spectacular, it's just me going through there just to try and get the last three achievements. And quite frankly, if you're after skilled gameplay, you're not going to find it with me. I'm likely to die a lot more and probably get frustrated, so I'll probably try and do that off stream at some point just to complete it. So likely what will be next is I will probably go back and try and finish Resident Evil 2. Probably. Or I may go back to the Revelation games and try and go through those. I kind of want this month to be Resident Evil more than anything else, so that's likely what it will be. Start of next month there is obviously Minecraft Dungeons, which I will likely play on stream a bit. I'm hoping that soon I'll have a different setup as well, so I'll be going through my PC rather than directly through Xbox, and various different good things like that. What you may end up seeing is some more Halo gameplay from me, be it multiplayer with some mates, or single player, or even multiplayer still again, campaign modes, just trying to blast through, get the point scores, get the time scores. I'm likely to try and do solo Lasso, because none of my other friends are crazy enough or have the force of will to try and sit through doing those. Doing Lasso, it's not for everyone. It can be incredibly frustrating. Especially when you sit there listening to the same line over and over and over again for about an hour. I'm fairly certain Banshee's Fast and Low will give a number of my friends PTSD. But this has been a fairly short stream, only about an hour and a half, kind of expected. I mean, thank you for joining me on this journey through Resident Evil 3, and hopefully you come back for some more Resident Evil this month, and then next month we'll see what it brings. Thank you, and stay safe, everyone.